Hey there, everybody. Thet here, and welcome to Thet Plays XCOM 2, War of the Chosen. And let me tell you, we got mods. Yes, we do. We've got mods. How about you? We have about 640-ish mods that I believe are active as of right now. And my game hasn't crashed yet, so it's a good sign. Of things to come, possibly. So we're gonna play some XCOM 2. Obviously, it might be a week, might be a month, might be 2 years. We're gonna play through some XCOM 2. Last time I played this before, and if you recall, it didn't go well. Why? Because well, actually it did. It went great, but it crashed. It got to the point where there was so much on the screen, the game just died. So we're gonna try to avoid that this time. Last time we played on Veteran, which is a challenge appropriate for players familiar with XCOM, which I do say I do fit into. I think Veteran did something I think is a little weird about XCOM, which is that there is no actual, like, even difficulty level. Like, in Veteran, you get some advantages. You know, you get a little bit of extra health, the enemies get a little bit less health, you get a little boost to your aiming, the enemies don't. Things like that. I actually don't know if they get an actual boost in any of the difficulty levels. I don't think they do. But in Commander, you don't get any extra health. The enemies get an extra point of health. Now, you know, they get... There is no baseline for the enemy health. They either get more or less than usual. You get no perks to your aiming, which makes sense. Unless you miss, then you get a boost to the next shot until you hit. That's true for all difficulty levels for some reason. I guess it's just trying to relieve frustration, but like there is no level where it's like, okay, everyone starts with 5 health. All the basic soldiers start with 5 health. There is no difficulty level for that, and I think that's weird. Anyway, we're gonna go with Commander this time around. I do have a mod that actually gives us a little bit more health. I wouldn't need it in vanilla, I don't think, for Commander mode, but I think I need it with 600 something mods because the game's going to get difficult. It's going to ramp up really quickly. Even though the force level won't ramp up, the game itself will. We don't need beginner voiceovers so much, so I'm going to turn those off. Definitely give me subtitles. Don't need the tutorial. Let's check out the advanced options. There is Beta Strike, which gives everyone like around double health. I feel like I like the version of XCOM where enemies and, you know, even players have a chance of dying instantly. I like the scheme to be long, the Avatar project. I want to play forever, but I like the whole, you know, if you get shot, you may die soon. I kind of like it when it's almost like the same kind of calibration that you have for Darkest Dungeon, where it's like, yeah, if you mess up once, you'll probably still be okay. If you mess up twice, you're dead. You know, you have a chance to escape. We're gonna do RPG Origins, so we can choose our training, starting abilities, I should say, and Commander's Choice, so that we can choose our specializations. That lets us make our classes however we want them to. And yes, you could do full randomization, but I don't even like Nuzlocke. Why would I do that here? There are a couple others I want to turn on for advanced options. This one I haven't played with before. Peacekeeper Hotline. Being seen by hostile civilians has a chance to result in Advent peacekeepers deploying and investigating suspicious activity. I've never played with that. I don't even know when this got added. It might have been one of my like 500 additional mods or something, but sounds neat. I don't want a veteran crew, not to start with. I will morph my own crew, thank you very much. Just a flesh wound. Gravely wounded soldiers have a chance of, only have a chance of requiring augmentation. Instead, may always be able to heal up. Yeah, I want to be able to heal up. I did think about doing precision explosives, but I'm gonna keep this one turned off. We don't need double turn timer, at least I hope not. Lengthy scheme, like I said, I do want on. Dark events are permanent, you know, no thanks. And I don't want to start with any of my allies over here. You could, but I don't feel like I need it, all right? So this is what we have turned on. Let's hit next. We're gonna turn off Iron Man because I don't want to deal with, you know, one, I don't mind save scumming. I don't care. I play games for fun. I'm not here to prove a point, okay? I got nothing to prove to you. And two, I'm playing with 600 mods. The game is gonna crash, all right? And I don't want to lose my save because the game crashed, so I'm not playing with Iron Man. War of the Chosen, definitely on. DLC, let's go ahead and just integrate these into the regular game. We'll continue, and we'll start with the opening cinematics, as you do.
Accessing the feed now.
Thanks, Jen.
We're in.
All right, you technically don't know these
But
people
I don't
yet.
know for how long.
In fact, we don't even know where we are at this point.
Seeing this?
Us as the commander.
Way too much security. even for Advent.
It's almost like there's someone important there.
That's no ordinary gene therapy clinic. They were telling the truth.
Or they're leading us into a trap. A really obvious trap.
Who is that?
We need an
Who is
army
they again?
to
Is this
march in
just the
there right
Reapers
now.
working with us at this point?
I've got a better idea. Outrider. This
I
is
can't remember.
Central. Go.
No, I think they said the skirmishers tipped them off to this, right? The skirmishers tipped them off, and the Reapers are helping at this point. But the Reapers and skirmishers still hate each other at this point. So, did Central just work with them both behind the scenes without knowing that they were working with the other ones? Dude's playing some real diplomacy here. Smart lad, gotta say. I mean, he's kept the resistance going for 20 years, so... Oh yeah, you don't know that yet either until the next cutscene. Did they play these in the opposite order they should have? Maybe they did. I don't know. When they keep their facilities nice and sterile, I'll probably had to use a lot of silver for this room. Tell you what.
With the accelerated timeline you placed upon us, mistakes are bound to happen.
Mistakes are bound to happen. What did they do to the commander? I mean, it probably didn't affect the commander, but still, mistakes happen? I'm curious as to what happened to the commander's pod.
For any of this, I will do what you ask of me. I just need additional time.
What did you do to my pod?
Did you say something?
Did you hear words?
You're one of those. You must understand. I had no choice. Outrider, report.
Central just saved his ass, big time.
So, you do exist.
I do.
Outrider to Avenger. It's
pretty great.
Visual confirmation.
I enjoy existing.
Sure.
Reapers are always sure.
I'll take your word for it. Cover your tracks and get the hell out of there. They can't know we were here. Yet.
I've seen you miss before. You don't seem so sure then, but okay.
Now the real war begins.
All right. And then the tutorial mission happens where they break the commander out. You don't get to see that, though, because I didn't play the tutorial. Which is weird, because who's controlling the controllers in the tutorial if the commander isn't there to control the... whatever.
Across the globe, prepare for the 20th anniversary of Unification Day.
Happy Unification Day, everybody.
Of the Great Accord, celebrating the formation of the Advent Coalition.
Keeping with their promise to humanity, 12 new gene therapy clinics will be opening in select cities by the end of
You know what they
the
really
year.
needed here?
Despite the attempted
They needed to
attack
have
on
one,
British
like, J. Jonah
operations
Jameson,
at the new
like,
facility in
segment.
Paris.
It's J. Jonah Jameson / Alex Jones, like they did in the cinematic universe. There's just someone breaking this up, just ranting like a raving lunatic. They actually have that in the actual game, but they don't show up in the cutscene. So the speaker here, and I'm talking over this because I've seen this like a dozen times. I played a lot of XCOM 2. Did we ever decide what he is? Is he like the last of the Thin Men? Is he just like a dude who got possessed by Advent? By like the elders? If that's well, he can't just be a human because he's got the things on his neck. Unless those are like, you know, Advent STDs or something that he got from getting possessed by the elders. I don't know how that process works. Central might be my favorite NPC out of any game ever. He's at least going to be in the top 3. I don't know who the other 2 in the top 3 are off the top of my head, but Central is definitely like one of my favorite NPCs ever.
Approaching position. You were right. They've definitely got their hands full today.
Stay focused.
Well, they're a little busy.
Prep gate crasher. 60 seconds.
You think it's just a metal detector, or you think it's looking for anything else? Like, they do all kinds of gene stuff. You think they could tell if someone was gene modified? And then, like, they would think they're a skirmisher or something? Well, that looked painful. Hey, she didn't hit 1, 2, 3, 4. I've seen every other C4 in this game, and it looks like they just hit 1, 2, 3, 4, go.
Now.
That must have been a very important... Actually, it's an X4, isn't it? But very important explosive.
Signal received. Loud and clear. Okay, Gatecrasher. Your turn.
All right. It is about go time. You know, the actual first mission map is surprisingly empty considering what they showed in the cutscene. I mean, obviously, gameplay, cutscene divergence, but, you know, we don't have to worry about that. What we have to worry about is that we're about to crash some gates, start the party, and bring our own custom character pool of soldiers into the breach once again. Been sticking with the channel for a while. You'll probably recognize some of them, most of them, from earlier series. XCOM mostly, but others. I mean, they didn't all originate in XCOM. Whatever. You'll recognize them. That's what I'm trying to get at here. Oh, yeah, that's right. The long loading times. I guess I have to get used to that. I have to get... You'd be ready to talk over these. But while we're waiting, you can enjoy the beautiful music that comes from XCOM UFO Defense. I love the fact that they redid the music for this.
Need to know that we're serious.
They do need to know.
Ready to infiltrate the
Ooh, I like this group.
and strike at their heart. To that effect, we're moving in to take out a high-profile target that will get plenty of people's attention.
Heck yeah, we are.
Especially Advent.
Yeah.
Move to lock down the area and eliminate any security forces nearby.
Hopefully can do. All right, we're at Norlisk. Okay. Go for a starting team that doesn't involve Reynold and Dismas. I really like this one. Because it gives you 4 random dudes from your pool. But this one's interesting.
We have a fix on the target.
All right, what do we
Move
got?
to place the X4 charges
Got a target.
in the designated position.
All right. So this is XCOM. This is what the gameplay looks like. You can turn the camera around. It's pretty great. Turn that back, please. Let's see. We got our 4 units here. We first up apparently have Wingus McDingus, codename Incel. We have Croc the Crocbarian. We have Sai, good friend of the channel. He apparently says this is his Chad version. And then we have Wrathburger over here, Mr. Megalos. Now, what do we have as far as the map? That's important too. We have a map. It's pretty great. They have towers. That's actually pretty great. That means we might be able to get some elevation on our enemies, which as a turn-based shooter, elevation is kind of a big deal. Please understand. Now, is there a way to get up onto this building? Yes, there's piping over here. Probably going to want to have someone... Well, actually, no. We should probably head forward and try to get on this tower first. Let's scoot around a little bit. See what we got going on. Wingus, looks like you can move here with no problem, so let's go.
Coming.
Thank you. All right. Nothing so far. All right. So we'll keep scouting forward slowly. So if you're not familiar with XCOM, you got dudes, they got guns, they shoot things die. You also got grenades and stuff, but you move forward, you see the full shield, that means you get full cover. You see the half shield, you get half cover. Full cover is worth more than half cover.
We're not even there yet.
We're getting there, all right? Settle down.
You fire at aliens.
There's
filthy aliens who have taken over Earth, and you have to shoot them all dead.
Thank you. Yes, I basically covered it right there. You also get Overwatch mode. So again, if you're not familiar with XCOM, Overwatch. Anyone within your line of sight, if they move, then they get shot at. You do get a penalty to your accuracy when in Overwatch mode, but I mean, who cares?
Good.
All right. Wait for them. Lots of voice line mods, obviously, too. You know, these voices, believe it or not, voices of other characters, copyrighted characters, do not come out of the box in this game. Let's head over here. Okay, the real, honest question I want to find out is, can I get on top of the tower without being seen?
These guys
No.
make up the
There's
bulk of the
Advent. Okay.
forces we've dealt with. They're disciplined and well-equipped, but their obedience makes them predictable.
Thanks, Central. So, lots of things to look at. Oh, they disappeared. Wingus, you saw them for a minute, and then you didn't. By the way, you see eyeballs on the ground? You know what that means? That means that if you go there, you're going to get seen. So don't go there, if you can help it. This is a tower, sees people. It's not great. Civilians, they can also see you, and then they'll start yelling, and then Advent will see you, and then I'll start crying.
You do what you like to do, I do what I like to do, okay?
I like your attitude.
Good. How am I doing?
You're doing great, Sai. Okay. There you go. Now we can see one. Okay. So it is a dude. All right. We have a 62% chance to shoot him. We're not going to shoot him right now. Many reasons, but let's not talk about that right now. Advent troopers. You see, let's go over here. Actually, I could show that on our own characters too. But I'll show it on the Advent trooper. Never mind. You can't read that on the white. Move it over here. There you go. Now you can read it. 3 to 3 is how much damage he can do. Unless he crits, then he does more damage. 62 is his accuracy, give or take. His base accuracy. 10 is how far he can move. He's got 10 tile block. Doesn't mean he can move 10 tiles. Maybe if he uses all of his movement points. And 3 is his health. That one was probably obvious. So there you go. You have that. We have that. Everyone has that. We start with 6 health. They start with 3. Those guys specifically start with 3. Go in Overwatch. Don't shoot yet.
Where is the question?
I'll tell you when to shoot, all right? You settle down. That's the target.
1-5. You're near the target position.
I'm gonna blow up this this statue. It's gonna be pretty great. It's quite big, which means it's gonna make a big impact. Anyway, everyone's in Overwatch. We don't want to be revealed yet. If we can get up on the tower, we get a massive height advantage, which helps our accuracy. That's why I would like to get up there. And honestly, they can't see here. Oh, this is perfect. Go right here for now, Wingus. He knows. I don't have to tell him, apparently. All right. Go into Overwatch right here.
Okay.
Okay. If he moves forward, he gets seen. So I don't want to move him forward right away. There should be at least one more group of enemies here, too. But we haven't seen them yet. By the way, if you're experienced in XCOM but you don't know all the lingo, a group of enemies is called a cell. You want to avoid activating multiple cells at one time so that you can choose who's fighting you and win. Again, I could take a shot right now, but I don't want to yet. Couple reasons.
Wow, we all had such different reactions.
I know, right?
I am too important for this nonsense.
No, you aren't. Get ready to fight. Okay. If they start walking, they might walk towards the tower, in which case we could see them, but it looks like they haven't yet. All right, so we can move forward a little bit more. Somehow we can go here without being seen. If I go through the window, we make noise, and that's not great. Sai, where can you go? We've got half cover here. I guess what I should check is how far can you throw a grenade. That's how far you can throw a grenade. That's a big deal. Why? Reasons.
It's your opinion. I can't disagree with it.
Yeah, move up here. Okay. Can you throw one into the middle now? Yes. Would that hit all 3? I don't know. I can't see one of them. But this should clear out 2 of them. Grenades do 3 to 4 damage. They can also shred armor. We don't have to worry about that yet.
It's gonna blow up. It's gonna be
Sorry, say that again. Beautiful. 2 down. Oh no, loot destroyed.
Oh my god!
That's the disadvantage of grenades. They can blow up your loot. I don't want to move too far too fast, so Rathburger, just head up this way for now. There should be another... Did you get all 3? I only see 2 bodies. What the hell? Okay, Wingus, get in this corner. You have double high cover here, and you should be able to see out of both corners. So this tower is a great position. Right. Croc, can we get up? No, this building, this is like a greenhouse or something? No, that's an autopsy table. I think. What the hell is this building? What is the purpose of this building? All right. I don't want to move too fast, too quick. But, ooh, is there a window or something here? No, this is completely blank. All right. In that case, there's no reason to go on that side of the tower. So, how about you stick with Sai? Back him up. I think Sai actually got a triple there, but I'm not entirely sure because I only see 2 corpses. Music's slowing down. Oops, sorry about your forklift. Okay. Well, the good news is that forklift exploded, which means we could now move towards it as cover. Sai, I'm going to have you move up next. I'm concerned that there are going to be enemies over
run to a town
on this side. You can see where I... Oh, hi, you are still alive! You jerk! What the hell? Go for it, Sai. Well, I think I know who our MVP is going to be. Okay, good stuff. Now I'm concerned the enemies are going to be over here, but now that I can see over there, they're probably in this corner right here. So, I definitely want to conserve everyone else's grenades. You know what, Wingus, you stay right here. Okay, I'm going to have Croc and Yeah, Croc and Wrathburger probably be our vanguard here. All right. So, Wrathburger. Let's move you... Ugh. Too bad you can't use this part of the step as defense, but guess it is what it is. I could have you move right in here. You would be seen if you do that, but it's not like we haven't been caught out already. Move over here. We see him yet? No.
That's an order!
That was an order. I told you to go into Overwatch. It is the textbook definition of an order.
Okay, well, we're gonna get there though.
Remember, Size used his grenade already.
Where is my prey?
They only get one. Where are they, though? That is the real question of the day. I'm trying to be careful. I don't want to lose someone on mission 1. Be a little embarrassing. All right. Croc. No, don't go through the fire. That'd be bad. Hot take. That's bad. You know what? Go over here.
Got it.
You're either going to reveal them, and you can put the thing that you did not reveal them. All right, put down the X4 charge. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4. I told you. Every other time, that's what the code is. Aha, they're up here. They are in this corner. Nice ability point.
Wow, we all had such different reactions.
All right, go right here. Do not run over there yet. Okay, we don't want to make him mad yet. Wingus, I love this position for you, but I don't think you're going to be able to fight from here. So, just head over here. Let's get you closer. Croc, why do you insist on, you know what? Hold control, and you can tell him to go in a certain path. So, go over here, and then go up this way. All right? I call you a dingus, but I already have a designated dingus over here.
You little worm! Your Lotus is leading you to destruction!
Okay. We know where they are. Head over here, Wrathburger. Get him on camera.
The Advent officers seem more capable.
There they are. Three troops. The officers would be a problem. All right. As he implies, the officers are stronger. They can do 3 to 4 damage, 68% accuracy, base accuracy. Remember, that goes up or down based on other factors, and he has 7 health. We went from 3 health to 7 health. Like, what the hell? It's like we get a mini boss mission right away. Nade him. All right, there's one down. Okay. Wingus, I don't think you're going to get to do much from there, but Croc can head over to this side, and he can grenade as well. If the grenade does 4 damage, the mission's over.
Have it your way.
Just roll it right under his ass. Beautiful. All right, well, that didn't work out. That's okay. That's what we got Wingus for, right? Wingus, get over here.
Well, all right.
Make this work out. Here's the question. Do I take the risk and do a regular shot? Not at 53% accuracy. No, I do not.
And I got an American right to be so.
Area is secure.
Good job, Wingus.
Up any inbound contacts.
I was not taking that risk.
Status confirmed. Squad is clear. Detonating charges.
But that's how XCOM works. Apparently, we discovered one of Dr. Valen's data pads. We got 58 intel and 2 ability points. Right, and then the mission's complete. 6 out of 6 enemies killed. Usually you see the explosion, but I think if you kill the enemies after you plant them, you don't get to see the explosion animation, which is unfortunate. But it is what it is. Either way, flawless mission debriefing. Wrathburger got 1 kill, did 9 damage, pretty great. Wingus, 1 kill, 3 damage, pretty great. Croc, 1 kill, 6 damage, pretty great. Psy, 3 kills, 14 damage, perfect accuracy on the 1 regular shot we took in the entire mission. You get MVP, so let's go. Okay, so that number of enemies is the same. It's consistent every time you play XCOM. So, kind of. You get 2 cells and 1 officer.
Have done little to slow the progress of Advent's ongoing development or outreach programs.
Oh, we've done little to slow the progress? We better keep working then.
Numbers are reportedly at their highest level in recent years.
Good for those levels. Anyway, beautiful, beautiful. Mission complete. Let's head back home. And home is the Avenger. And here we land. By the way, this game gets like top-notch for presentation.
Excellent work, Commander.
It is honestly why I think it is a huge part of why I think this game is better than the next game that the creator of XCOM came out with, whose name is not coming to me, and I feel bad because it's actually, like, it's not a terrible game at all, but it doesn't have the same presentation that this game does. And that's such a big deal. Anyway, they made it back. Just 3 kills, show off. Everyone's got promotions available because they did a successful mission. And yeah, let's move on. 5 trooper corpses, 1 officer corpse. We'll deal with those later.
Commander, having these
Croc
two
and
soldiers
Sai
continue to work together has paid off.
have achieved a bond.
They know each other well enough at this point that we can have them train as a pair for additional tactical capabilities.
All right.
You know, I've spent a lot
Oh, hey,
of time
that resistance radio I was talking about.
therapy clinics lately.
Anyway, we'll bond these two together. Sure.
Right?
Level 1.
Treat your body like garbage.
They can use
stop in for
teamwork.
A quick tune-up and you're good to go.
Has a 5-turn cooldown,
If you believe the
but it gives an
rumors, you
additional
might
action
also
point,
get
so it's really good.
yourself Turned into an Advent burger.
All right. Don't worry about the custom photo for now.
Commander, to the research lab.
So we got our first bond, which is pretty great. This is the Avenger, by the way. It's got a lot of rooms. Most of them are filled with junk right now.
They're going up against, but
These guys love talking, by the way.
Is a bigger confidence boost than any speech.
Thanks. All right, let's go to the research bay. That's our reactor.
Isn't it? Capable of generating immense power.
Neat.
Yet completely harmless to human life.
As far as we know.
If only the same could be said for the rest of the aliens' technology, Commander.
How come there isn't a mod to put this power generator in XCOM, or in RimWorld?
I am responsible for the entirety of our research here, as well as the procedure you so recently underwent.
Thanks for taking the thing out of my brain.
To my lab, such as it is.
I mean, it's kind of an impressive area, but all right.
But we found something while removing you from the alien stasis suit. A device. Implanted directly in your occipital lobe.
Not my occipital.
Access to the equipment available to me during my tenure at Advent, I would already know the precise nature of its function.
Well, I'm sorry, our lab sucks.
Given time and your approval, of course, Commander, I assure you, I will find out.
But is that our priority?
Light an additional point. Though aspects of this facility are indeed impressive, I am but one man. Were you to direct additional support personnel and resources to me, I could substantially improve the speed of all our research.
I would imagine.
Farewell, Commander.
Yeah, thanks. Please send me more scientists. This is basically what he just said. All right, new research. Here's where we do our research. We can also access archives to know things.
In convincing the remaining civilian populace to migrate to their city centers.
Oh yeah, have they?
Propaganda campaign.
Oh no.
Providing a constant stream of reminders as to the benefits of migration. They have maintained a steady influx of new converts.
Oh, well, cool.
Most of these unwitting refugees have little idea what they are truly signing up for. Hello, Commander.
Turned into Advent burgers. Let's see. Experimental weapons, yeah, cool. Underbarrel weapons, cool. Pulse weapons, very cool. This is what we want eventually, as well as, better armor eventually. But we'll start with alien biotech, because that's where the game wants to start.
I do find that area of research to be among the more
Take 5 days.
Options available.
Progress is normal.
Begin work immediately. I'll
We
send word
definitely need more scientists.
report is available.
We do have an empty room that doesn't have alien garbage in it.
There's room for us to expand our facilities on board the Avenger, Commander. But we'll need more engineers
Training
to
center.
space for construction first.
Laboratory. Power relayatory. A guerrilla tactics schoolatory. Eventually, we want this. Workshopatory. Okay. But first, let's go visit engineering. And we'll get to meet Shen
Okay.
and her robot.
Reworked your repulsors with some of the parts I salvaged from their old engine. Should fix that
Rover.
stabilization problem you had. Come on, Rover. It'll work.
It's not how you spell Rover. That's not how it's spelled on the bot. Spell it right. Come on, who subtitled this?
Getting our tech to talk to theirs is harder than you'd think. Lily Shen, Chief Engineer, at your service.
Thanks. Try not to shoot me with any more
You were
drones.
Probably expecting to see my father. In all that's happened, I'm guessing Central didn't tell you yet. He's gone. Dad gave
He did not.
everything he had to get us this far. This entire ship is his life's work.
It is pretty neat.
I know he would have loved.
Hey, there's that
to show
generator
you
again.
around the place himself.
They love showing that off.
He used to talk about you a lot. You can be sure I'm ready to finish what he started. Might not look it. But from here, I can fabricate pretty much
What's up, Rover?
anything you come up with. And with a little more
Anything
help,
we come up with. I don't know about that.
You'd be amazed with what I can do.
But I'll believe that,
It was
sure.
an honor to finally meet you, Commander.
That's like their one actual attempt to give these robots a personality. Actually, there is another cutscene later, but it's really just more everyone else reacting to Rover. Anyway, here you can view your engineers. Oh no, you could view your inventory, the stuff we have. We have corpses. You just put them in inventory. We have weapons of many different types and shapes and sizes. We have facilities where we can build them. We won't do that right now. And we can also build other items.
How big of a difference some of these things can make in
They cost
combat,
supplies.
Commander.
This one costs
With
0
a
and
few
25.
supplies, I can manufacture anything we need in no time.
Medikits would probably be a good idea. Have one or two. A fucking bottle. A rarity after Advent banned beer. How do they have any support if they banned beer? Unless they're like, oh, we only banned beer. No, you can still drink wine, vodka, whiskey. That's all fine. We just banned beer. No, if they banned alcohol, which is what that kind of implies, I don't understand how they have like 5% of the human population on their side. I don't know. I actually I did a lot of playtesting for this mod list before actually playing it, and so for some reason I never came in here and looked at this. I did not know we had a broken bottle weapon, but now I want to see what it does. Combat knife upgrade. Immolator. Basic flamethrower. Yeah, we'll spend some supplies on that. We'll hold off on the combat knife right now. Augmented arms, eyes, legs, torsos, and nanoscale vest, which requires those trooper corpses, and 30 supplies. And we'll build one. Yeah, give me some arms. Honestly, these only cost 5 supplies each, so we might as well get one of each, just in case anyone loses their body
Things are
parts.
slim, but I'm hoping we find a few more recruits who can handle a wrench.
Yeah, I
Use
hope
the help.
Yeah, some more engineers would be nice. And more honestly, no offense to
Commander, to
Titan,
the armory.
but more engineers are definitely more helpful than more scientists, at least early on in the game. Actually, probably throughout most of the game, that probably generally rings true. It's helpful to have more scientists, always a good boost. But if I had to choose, if you could only get more engineers or only get more scientists, up to a certain point, I would only want engineers, and then you get to a point where you get diminishing returns, so you get no extra benefit from having additional engineers. Anyway, all that talk is just to say, let's view our soldiers now. Hey, here they are. Look, it's a bunch of people. Got Rathburger, Wingus, Croc, Sai, of course. We have Parrish, Old Glory Dennis. We have Chef Bear. We have Vasilla. We have Volpe. We have Reynald. We have Dismas. We have Sin. The Zenith. Then we have 3 randomly generated people. Hi, Shane. Hi, Angela. No face. And hello, Halot, who is not a human, as you can tell. That's okay. We love him anyway. All right. These little chevrons over here mean that we got some level ups to give out. Everyone else will get some eventually, but let's start with old Rathburger here. We're going to promote the soldier. Commander's choice doesn't need to be there, but it is. Let's promote them and get this real party started. So when you're promoting a soldier with this mod list, which includes the RPG overhaul, which gives you a much more RPG-like flair to XCOM, you get to choose between the starting abilities, which for our big boy here, I'm going to take Brute. While this soldier's impressive stature, I'm not going to read all of this because this is a big-ass list, but I'm going to read the ones that I take, at least the first time I take it. While this soldier's impressive stature makes him less vulnerable to attacks, it also makes him less maneuverable. They gain 2 armor, which directly reduces damage, and resistance to melee attacks at the cost of 2 mobility and 10 aim, which sounds awful, and it kind of is, but it fits with the character. And then we're going to give him, actually tempted to give him Cutthroat, crit chance and crit damage, to and attacks against biological enemies ignore armor. That's actually kind of amazing, but at the same time, I kind of want to give him Juggernaut to give him more health, because he's a healthy boy. He's a big boy. He likes to punch things, so I'm gonna give him Juggernaut. As much as Cutthroat is tempting. And then you get to choose their specializations. These choose what skills they'll eventually get as they continue to level up and gain ability points. So for our big Juggernaut boy, we're gonna get, wouldn't you know it, there's one called Juggernaut. Your go-to heavy hitters, focused on short-range encounters. Yeah, there's nothing better than seeing the look on these do not scroll fast enough. alien faces as they close in and take them out. They are good at punchy things. They can also reload their primary weapons. We're also going to give him the ability to use, I mean, he has the ability to use it, but I'm going to give him gunner as well. So this, when it says gunner, in this case, it means machine gunner, as in heavy machine gun, as in the things that you should put on tripods and, you know, mount in one location. He's just going to carry it around. It's cool. And then finally, one more skill set he gets. We're going to give him Brute. Brute specializes in melee, kind of like Juggernaut does, but he's all about slapping people. So we're gonna give him the big slapper skills. Okay, we lock those in. He gets the two abilities that he starts with, Brute and Juggernaut. So now, our boy Rathburger has 9 health and 2 armor, so he's gonna be relatively tough to kill. Next up, look at his soldier stats. These, as the name implies, let you increase his stats. He has mortal aptitude in regards to his stats, which means that he's going to get about 15 soldier points every time he gets promoted. And then these can go into everything you see here: health, mobility, aim, etc. Different ones have different costs. Mobility and health are very valuable, so they cost a lot. Defense is also quite valuable, which is why it costs 5 each, but I'm going to pump all this into defense. You might be asking, what's the difference between dodge and defense? Dodge gives you a chance to half the amount of damage you take by dodging it and having it just graze you, whereas defense is the chance to actually lower accuracy against you. It's not a chance, it actually directly lowers accuracy against you. Unless you can avoid defense somehow, whatever. Let's take a look at his soldier abilities right now. His combat intelligence is standard as well, so he'll gain a normal amount of ability points when he gets promoted. All right, so that's Rathburger. Let's go ahead and take a look at all of our lads here. Let's do Croc next, because he's actually going to be another melee lad. That was kind of the interesting thing about the group of soldiers we got. We got a lot of melee lads here. He's going to be bloodlusted. Killing an enemy makes a soldier see red and gives them a hunger for more alien blood. They gain mobility and crit chance for 3 turns after a kill, and it can stack up, which is pretty great. We're also going to go ahead and give him, I'm actually going to give him Cutthroat. He can ignore armor now against biological enemies. That does not mean mechanical enemies, because there's a difference. But don't worry about it right now. Okay, so this dude, he's all about melee. More so than Rathburger. Kind of want to give him one of these. Abyss Knight's pretty neat. I've used this before, but it makes him use his own health. And I don't know if I want that. That's what all of these do, actually, I think. Yeah, they all consume health. It's kind of a neat idea. But honestly, if I want to give him something, if I have to give him something, I have to give him Berserker. All right, he's a barbarian. He does Berserk. Activate to boost the damage of the next main hand melee attack by 50%. Yeah, I want this. Unstoppable Raging Fury. Yes, that's about right. Charger. Gives him the ability to kick someone. That's kind of cool. Concussive blows. Your melee attacks disorient. Critical hits against disoriented enemies stun. All right, yeah, that's actually really cool. He also gets martial arts. Okay. Sure, Windcaller's Fury is actually really good. And then one more. What else do you give him? Breaker? Dismantles enemy defenses. Become undetectable and gain 3 mobility points during interception. Well, what the hell is interception? I don't know. I don't know if I want him to have Rolling Thunder either. Blade Maul, Flame Fang, Storm Fang, Lightning Fang. Free action, stab any adjacent foe with your fang, with your blade. That one's pretty good. Butterfly, Agile Combatants, let them move around a lot. That could be good. Float like a butterfly, immediately gain an action point, and gain another for each kill with a combat knife or ripjack this turn. That's neat. Raider, Slice. Attack someone with your sword. All right, that's cool. Oh, just straight up 10 defense. Okay, I might want this one. That's pretty good. Actually, there is an ability I definitely want to make sure he has, I think. So there's an ability in this game called Reaper, which allows him to basically run around and keep killing enemies until he, you know, doesn't. So I think for some reason, isn't that up there with the Assault? Or is it with another class? There's a specific class that has it. And I might just need to find that one and give it to him. So let's head down here. It might be Ranger. Yeah, Reaper, okay. First melee attack cannot miss. Every melee kill in Reaper mode grants an extra action, although further ones after the first do less damage. Untouchable. If you score a kill during your turn, the next attack will miss. Yeah, we're giving him Ranger. All right. Berserker, Charger, Ranger. Nice. All right, so he has intercept. Melee attack, the first enemy that comes within your line of sight. Yeah, that's like Overwatch, but for melee. Windcaller's Legacy. Yes, if he hits someone in melee, he gets a move-only action. Or he can get a move-only action if he does it within the blue. So he can run up, hit someone, and then run away. It's kind of important. Don't go colonizing their planets, please. Let's look at the soldier stats. He's peak human. He gets 25 per level up. Even better. So, again, we're going to mostly invest that in defense for right now, because I would rather enemies not hit us. I haven't looked at the loadouts yet, either. I should probably do that. In fact, let's do that for Rathburger real quick. So, loadouts. You got your armor. Not really any choices here yet. You got your primary weapon, your secondary weapon. Rookies don't get a secondary, by the way. Your frag grenade, and then, well, a utility item, and another utility item. So he's not going to use assault rifles. He's going to use a broken bottle. 25% extra aim, and it can shred armor? What is this game doing, man? Okay. I'm not going to have him use it, but I'm going to laugh about it. He gets a cannon because he's spec'd out to use it. So there you go. This is a big gun. His secondary is going to be a melee. It's not going to be the broken bottle. I'm sorry. I'm thinking battle axe. It actually lowers his mobility even more, but he gets 3 to 5 damage, 15 aim, and crit chance. You could also give him a sword, which is slightly tempting. I kind of wish you'd give him a punchy gauntlet. I mean, I guess apparently shard gauntlets are available. I don't think he needs size strength bonus, but I could give him an attack that doesn't miss. All right, now I'm tempted. Ceramic plating gives him 2 ablative armor points. That's hit points that you'll never get back until the next mission, but it's good. It doesn't count as getting wounded, which is the important part. What does nanoscale vest give you? 1 extra health. Dare I start him with 10 health? I don't think I do. Honestly, I think I go with the grenade. That guaranteed damage is pretty sick. So, give him a frag grenade. All right. So, Rathburger is now all souped up. I don't know how that shard gauntlet's going to go. I haven't tried it out on a non-character who's supposed to use it, but I'm curious. Now, Croc's going to be a little different. He's going to get 2 broken bottles. I'm kidding. He's going to get swords. I could go with a traditional sword, which does 3 to 5 damage. Or I can go with a katana, which does 3 to 5 damage and gets extra crit chance. Or I could go with a ninjato, which does less damage. I don't know why I would want that. Or a hatchet, which gives him lightning cleave, which allows him to hit enemies close to him. Or give him the battle axe too. There's a lot of options is what I'm trying to get at here. And I think there's actually more melee weapons down here, isn't there? Yeah, there's a high frequency blade or a baseball bat. I'm sorry, my brain just imagined giving him 2 baseball bats. I'm not going to do that. My brain kind of wants to, but let's give him a traditional sword. Now you see he's holding it in 2 hands like a loser. I'm kidding. That's actually a very appropriate way to hold a sword, but not if you get 2 of them. That's how you hold it when you got 2 of them. All right, so he's going double sword. You got to give him the ceramic plating because I don't want him to die. But also, do I give him a frag grenade? I don't think so. I think he needs something to defend himself at range. So I'm going to give him a basic pistol as well. Yeah, there you go. Now you can defend yourself at range if you have to. That'll be good for Croc. What's his soldier abilities? What's his brain looking like? Standard. All right. Sorry, you're only standard. Next up, Wingus. Our emboldened incel here. So, what do you give a guy who is an incel? There's probably a lot of directions you can go with that. I'm gonna give him Cyber Adept. He's gonna be good at hacking. It's pretty great. All right. It's kind of the point. Again, I'm doing some of these characters just based on how I want them to be, and not like I'm not picking the 2 optimized abilities that make the most sense. Could give him extra aim on reaction fire shots, but I don't think I want to do that. I think what I want to give him otherwise, I could give him lightning reflexes if I wanted to break the game, but I don't want to do that either, I don't think. So, I'm almost tempted to give him Nerd, but reduced will and vulnerable to melee damage, with bonus damage with ranged weapons, and a massive what? Massive bonus to hacking. You know, that's almost tempting, now you say that, but I don't want the reduced will. That's actually terrible. So instead, Old Guard. 1 damage, 1 crit damage, and 2 armor piercing when using ballistic weaponry. Interesting. That's opposed to like beam weaponry and stuff like that. That's almost tempting, honestly. But I don't know if I'm going to do that either. I could have given people aim on melee attacks. That probably would have been a good idea. But it's too late. I didn't do it, so I'm not smart. What else is new? Instead, Survivor, Synthetic Genes, System Admin. What is this? Gains extra armor piercing and 10 defense against mechanical enemies and 10 hacking on hacking missions. Sure. Hey, he is a nerd. He's just not the dedicated nerd. I'm going to give him also, though, similar to Rathburger, I'm going to give him a big gun. I'm not going to give him Gunner, though, because we already have someone with Gunner. So instead, I'm going to give him, like, fire support, which gives him moves like Havoc. Your suppression and area suppression now deal guaranteed damage to the primary target. You can fortify. Whenever you enter Overwatch or use suppression, you gain 20 defense until the start of your next turn. Gain 30 defense and dodge until you move. Wow, he could actually give himself a bunch of defense. Give him fire support. But then we're going to go way down here on this list. I told you there's a lot of them. We're going to give him some nerd stuff. So he's going to get Code Breaker. Ensuring that the alien tech does indeed fall into the wrong hands. He can reverse engineer. Give him extra hacking score whenever he hacks stuff. He can do Drone Master. The effects of all protocols are enhanced and gremlin attacks deal extra damage. Things like Illusion Protocol and Overdrive Protocol. He'll also have Healing Aid and Spaghetti Code, thanks to Analyst. I don't think it actually gives him a protocol thing. Oh, Stronghold Protocol, there you go. But yeah, he's gonna have these. He's gonna be a hacker. He's gonna have a gremlin. That's what the little drones are. And he's gonna have a good time with them, probably. So, again, you're also gonna have a big cannon. But your secondary is gonna have to be a gremlin. Otherwise, what's the point in giving him abilities that work with the gremlin? Go with the basic ceramic plating and frag grenade for his utility stuff for now. What about your stats? You got good genes. Nice pants. Let's give him a little bit of accuracy. There you go. Costs 12 AP to do that, and then give him 2 defense to start off. Oh, check your abilities again. How smart are you? Standard. Everyone here is standard. I don't like it. Sai. Finally, our boy Sai. The good news about putting your friends in this game is that you know exactly what to give them right away. Anarchist, easy rares. Fed up with Advent, fed up with the government. Gains a frag grenade on each mission and 2 crit chance based on how many people can see him. The other one he's getting, also very easy. Pyromaniac. Your fire attacks deal extra damage and your burn effects deal extra damage per turn. You get free incendiary grenades on each mission. Like I said, it's pretty easy when you know them, when you know the person. Now for the abilities, this one's also kind of easy. If I head down here, about halfway down the list, there are some abilities that you can give him, like Rocketeer. Rocketeer is not like a rocket launcher thing, it uses a Gauntlets rocket launcher. It goes on your wrist, but you get some good abilities with it, and you get fire and steel. Attacks with your gauntlet and fires set by gauntlet weapons do extra damage, so even more. Purifier also uses the gauntlet for fire, so obviously, right? And then I went down the list by accident. And then you might be thinking, yo, I know what you're gonna give him. You're gonna give him that Tyrant one or Flame Tongue, something else that's fiery, right? No. All right? I'm not, although it's tempting. I wanna give him something that gives him more explosive capabilities. So if I head up here, I believe there is, actually Saboteur sounds tempting, but there's Anarchist, so you have to give him Anarchist. Okay, more grenades, and it makes them stronger. My man is going to be making explosions all day. Okay? And he actually starts with an extra grenade slot. So if I go to size loadout, go to the assault rifle. So we do have a... Just want to see what it looks like equipped. Oh my god. That's amazing. And he pets it too. Phenomenal. But if I go down here, we got ourselves an Immolator. 2 to 4 damage. 8 range, 6 radius. It's a chem thrower. So it can throw out fire, it can throw out other stuff. There's also like an older version of it that sucks. I don't know where it is on the list anymore, but we have a better version, so I guess we're just gonna check that. Immolator, there it is. Okay, he's got a Bernie weapon, it's great. Secondly, broken bottle. Screw it, I'm giving him the broken bottle. With the Immolator, he can choose a smoke canister, so he can throw smoke out of it. As an option, you can always use it as its regular attack. This will allow you to give defensive smoke or blast canister. It makes it expel an explosive compound instead of regular fire, so it can do damage to enemies who are immune to fire. So we'll grab that just in case. Give them the ceramic plating, but also you see we have a free grenade slot. You can throw grenades in it. It's pretty great. Actually, no, I can't give them the broken bottle. I want to, but I can't. Why? Because I have to give them the gauntlet. The gauntlet can throw grenades. It also has a flamethrower built in. And I can then carry a rocket so he can shoot a rocket out of it. So my dude has grenades, rockets, and a flamethrower. Come on, you gotta love it, right? I mean, look at how decked out he is.
It's dark, it's dank, and it's mostly metal.
Yep.
This ship isn't all that different from the old base.
I hear you, Central. Okay, our dude is peak human. So he should have gotten more than 15, but whatever. Give him defense. Aim probably won't be that big of a deal because he's going to aim at everything because he's going to use fire. Above average combat intelligence, so he should get more than the regular amount every time he levels up, so that's good. And everyone else is still a rookie, but they should get some experience between battles. So we might be able to level them up eventually. Thankfully, we have plenty of time to let everyone else rest up for now. So let's head over to the bridge.
Commander.
Hey, Central.
Good to see you on your feet again.
Likewise.
Welcome to the bridge, the nerve center of our operation. The aliens have our entire world in their grip.
Yeah, that happened.
Controls everything. Government, communications, industry, not to mention the military.
Yeah, that sucks.
It's on us to take it all back. Resources and time are tight, Commander.
Yeah.
It'll be up to you to decide how to best use both. The ship is yours.
Thanks, Mike. All right, here we are. The bridge takes us to the world map.
Commander, we're attempting contact
Where they're gonna tell us a lot of
with
stuff.
Resistance faction known as the Reapers.
Yeah, I heard about
These
that.
people like to keep a very low profile, so
Do
it
they?
may take some time before we hear back.
All right,
While
well, we got
we're
time.
waiting, it might be worthwhile to scan the area for additional supplies and resources.
That is a good idea.
You never know what we may find out there.
All right, let's start looking for stuff. Rumor from the Resistance, the Gray Market. We could head there to provide access to unique recruits. We don't need to do that right now. I'm going to ignore
Commander, one of our Resistance contacts just
Supplies.
tipped us off to a site that may be worth
3 days.
investigating.
Yep. I'm not going to right-click right now to not go to it because there's going to be more. Fire Axis. Okay. Brought us reports of activity that we might want to investigate. 6 days to investigate, we get a scientist out of it. That's probably worth far more. Abandoned Colony, 3 days to investigate, and we can get rookies. Burning Convoy, 3 days to investigate, increases the income of the region. That could be good for later. Right now, we get the start, looks like in the new Arctic. We see some HQs for some raiders, which are other groups that could just show up during battle. It's usually not that great, but it can be great. All right, let's go ahead and start by looking for... I mean, the supplies are tempting, but we have 95 supplies right now. Let's go find that scientist.
New course.
It'll up the speed that we do research in the future. So, needless to say, that could be a good thing. So we flew over.
Avenger's remote scanning capabilities will help us search the area for clues or other resources.
Yeah, that's why we went here.
It's going to take some time, though.
Yeah, 6
We have
days.
a lot of ground to cover.
Thanks, Central. You can see that time does tick slowly while you're here at the map, no matter what. You can see all your scanning sites down here at the bottom, including the big question marks. You can see what's coming up here on the right. Not any like attacks or anything, but just like, you know, the stuff you know about. We're gonna get supplies in 21 days. Have alien biotech done in 5. This barrack status is from a mod. It allows you to quickly see who's ready, how many people are ready to go, how many are too tired. You can keep sending them out, but it's not a good idea. How many are wounded? You can't send them out, except on special missions. Infiltrations and covert actions, which we don't have to worry about right now. When you hit the scan, though, time is going to go faster. Behold, time is going. All right, usually nothing happens right away, but we'll see. There we go, 36 hours, and research is done. That's what I expected to see first. What do you see there, Tigan?
Much of my own research based upon this simple design.
Oh my.
If only I had known. Ah, Commander, excellent timing. There's been some progress. I've managed to break down several key components of the chip implanted into your skull.
When you say chip,
My analysis reveals that its primary function was that
was
of
it barbecue?
passing a vast amount of data directly to
Was it
your
Cool
cerebral
Ranch?
cortex. With the primary connection severed, much of that data is lost.
Yeah.
Several fragments do remain, however. Ghosts, if you will. Observe.
Are any of those ghosts in my brain?
Tactical combat simulations.
I mean, I guess they are.
War games. The sheer volume of encounters you were processing was astounding. It is truly remarkable that you survived as long as you did. Though this may seem...
They was making me play video games for 20 years in my head.
Good news. This chip bears a striking resemblance to a
Keep putting chip in
implant
quotes.
I briefly assisted in developing at the Gene Therapy Clinic in New Providence.
Oh,
My understanding
well, that's good.
was that the implants were intended for high-ranking Advent officers only.
That would make
captains
sense.
or above. Retrieving a chip from such an officer would be the only way to know for certain.
Hey, we happen to have a dead officer.
Understanding of these implants would undoubtedly benefit us all, Commander.
Well, that's good news, right? All right, and that takes us to the research complete screen. Examine an Advent officer's corpse.
The Advent officers have clearly been modified to allow for their subordinates to receive new orders psionically.
You don't say.
The implanted chip is the key.
Yeah. Codename Nano. There's the research report. Feel free to pause and read it if you'd like. And then there's all the stuff we actually get out of it here in the bottom left. So, we can now build the infirmary. Lets you heal faster. And get rid of negative traits. It's cool. Mech Trooper augmentation. Digging through some old files, we learn how to put a person's head on a machine body if you want to. Weapon upgrades available. Ooh, okay. Any weapon upgrades found in the field can now be attached directly to our soldiers' weapons to provide tactical bonuses. Well, we blew them up last time, so that was unfortunate. We can now research those experimental weapons, or this is what he wants to do, is the autopsy. Which makes sense. Experimental maw implants. I don't need that for our Viper soldiers because we don't have any yet. Would be nice to research plate armor or something like that, but let's go ahead and get the autopsy done.
The Advent officers appear to be similar, if not physically the same as the common Advent trooper in terms of power and agility.
Oh yeah.
However, field
basically the
reports
same.
indicate a more developed mental acuity, as the officers do provide tactical directives to the subordinate Advent forces.
So, the mental acuity, is that like built in, or do they like lock it? Did the elders like lock their brain power so they're easy to control? Or how did this work?
I must admit,
I don't know.
Having successfully completed the operation necessary to remove the commander's implant,
Oh yeah?
I am intrigued by the
You said chip.
possibility of examining
This says
another
chip, not
subject
implant.
for comparative analysis.
I'm just throwing that out there.
Since the officer in question will likely have expired long before arrival here, I may
Mhm.
rely on a faster, more invasive approach to removing the chip this time around.
You gonna crack that head like a watermelon. That's what he's trying to tell you. He's gonna bust that boy open. All right, 36 hours, we'll be done with this. Will we actually get it done? We will. That surprised me. I thought they were gonna give us a mission or something. Among the last holdouts of this area, a small group of resistance fighters known as Fire Axis made contact while we were scanning the region. One of our soldiers claims to have known several members of the elusive group and was able to recruit one of their scientists to join Dr. Tigan's lab. Sweet. He now has an extra researcher, extra scientist, so things will be able to go
well underway,
a little
but
bit
it will be
faster, in
sometime
theory.
yet before my research is complete.
Oh, do we have to actually find him? Because it didn't actually give us a new person. There's assorted loot over here. Yeah, let's investigate that.
Plotting new course.
I want assorted loot. So let's scoot. All right. Spurning Convoy also only takes 3 days. I gotta wait for the button to show up. I don't know why I gotta wait for the button to show up, but for some reason I gotta wait for the button to show up. There it is. All right.
Commander, we have a mission available that's reliant on
That's what I thought.
time-sensitive information. We can always finish our scans later, but failing to take on this mission could have serious repercussions for the resistance movement.
Uh-huh. There's a guerrilla ops
Commander,
mission available.
We're gonna win this war. We need to take every chance we get to fight back.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to be ready to engage the enemy during unpredictable situations.
You don't say.
Require special planning and preparation.
All right, sit reps. They are basically mission modifiers that make the mission more or less interesting, hopefully more. We are not going to do this in this episode, but we'll look at the overview. We will get that scientist by completing this mission. Operation Pestilence Collapse. Got to sabotage a transmitter. Should be easy. Sit reps. Our situational report says, bonus charges for all equipped medkits. Medical surplus. Well, that's cool if we had any. I could go get some and equip them before we go in. Unknown agents. XCOM banned frequencies by unknown parties are being used in the AO. So there's going to be at least one group of new enemies, and the Lost are already here? I'm telling you, man, this mod list is making weird stuff happen. The Lost shouldn't be showing up until after a certain mission, or story-based mission, I should say. So that's interesting. There's also a reduced alert, less Advent forces themselves. So this might be an easy mission. It might be. Limited forces. Advent is unable to deploy at maximum strength. If this mission has a timer, which I think it will for Sabotage Transmitter, it is increased by 2 turns. So this should be an interesting mission. Looks like it's not going to be that difficult. We're get out of the map so the time doesn't go forward. We don't lose the mission. But that is going to be it for this episode of Thet Plays XCOM 2. War of the Chosen. War of the Mods. It's getting in here. Mess with my game. If you enjoyed it, make sure to let me know by giving it a like. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe if you want to see more. So it'll keep coming. It won't stop till it does. And then it probably will. When we get new randomized soldiers, by the way, if you want to be one, maybe let me know in the comments. I will probably prioritize like the 4 members that I have over regular commenters or people or you know, on the Patreon or things like that if you want in. Just keep in mind though, there are so many different class combinations that I'm probably just going to fit you in where I need you as opposed to going by request. Because if I get 5, you know, if I get 5 people and they all want to be snipers, guess what? You're not all being snipers. Sorry. It's just how it's going to be. But thanks again for watching this episode of XCOM 2 War of the Chosen. My name is Thet, and I'll see you in the next video. Everybody-os. Yo.